Let's create the new project. File, new, Java project. We'll give the name as a stream API. Next, finish. So we have created the new project stream API. Now let's create one package in the source folder. New package com.techie.stream API. Finish. So let's create one new class. Name it as a stream demo and include one main method. Yeah. So what is the stream? So stream is a new feature added into the Java 8, and stream has a lot of method to process the huge amount of the data. You may have the question, we have already collections in our Java which help us to manage the lot of data, but in collection also, when we want to uh, suppose I have the list of the 100 element or 1000 element, I have the list of numbers from 1 to 1000, and now I want to filter out the list, means I want the even numbers only, or I want the odd numbers only in the list. That time what I will do, I will iterate the each element will divide by the 2. If the remainder is equal to 0, then it's a even number, or if not, then it's a odd number. That type of logic I have to put there. But in case of stream, we have the direct function available, that is filter. In the filter we have to pass the predicate, that is the conditional logic, and it will return the our required string. And if we have the thousands of the element in the list and I want the square of each element, then what we have to do, we have to iterate each element, then each element multiply by itself, and that will create the list of the squares. So for in stream we have the method called as a map, by which we can directly create the square of the each element, means we can transfer the each and every element to the new value, or we can filter, or something like if we have the hundreds of the elements and I want some of that, so, like that we have the minimum, max, first. These are the some of the functions are already available in the stream API. So let's type the stream here. So stream is nothing but the interface in the Java. Okay, so you can click on this stream to open the internal implementation of the stream class. Okay, so here you can find as a stream is a interface, right? If you are not able to open this stream dot class file, that means you have to attach the source file. So you will get the one prompt, attach source file, then go to your JDK folder, and there you will find the src.jar file, and that attach. After attaching that file you will get this internal classes. So this is the interface, and you can find these are the multiple methods are available in this stream API interface. So we have the map, filter, flat map, then you can find as a map to int, map to long, means we can convert to integer, convert to long, convert to long. Then we have the distinct, sorted, peak, limit, skip, for each, to array. Lots of method already present in the stream. We will see one by one. Let's create the another class for the filter demo. I am giving the name as a filter demo. Let's use the camel case. I have created the class called as a filter demo, which has the only one method, main. So let's create the one list of the integer number. list of integer. I will name as a numbers is equal to, let's use the arrays dot as list. I will specify whatever. I will specify the all the numbers here 1 to 10. So we have the list of integers that is 1 to 10. Okay, so now I have to filter this list, means I want only the even number or odd number. So I will use the stream API here. So first we have to convert this number list into the stream. So we have the method called as a stream to convert this number list to the stream. Let's declare the one variable with the stream. This will be the stream of integer is equal to, I will give the name as a number stream is equal to numbers dot stream. Here you can find we are getting two options, parallel stream and stream method. So parallel stream, if you want more performance, that time we can go with the parallel stream, otherwise we can use the stream. So let's use the stream as of now. Okay, so here I have used the method stream to convert the list into the stream. Okay, so now we can use the filter method of the stream API. So let's use the filter method on this stream, number stream dot filter. Here you can find the filter method takes the predicate as the argument. So I will explain what is the predicate. So let's type predicate here. Predicate is the functional interface in the Java. So functional interface means it has the only one method, that is test. Okay, and whatever the conditional logic we want, we can write into the test method, right? So we will give the predicate as a parameter using a lambda expression. So it has a only one parameter, so I will give the n as the parameter, that is our each number. Then I want now what will be the logic for the even numbers. If the n modulo 2 will be the 0, that means it's a even number. So n modulo 2 equal to 0, then it is a even number. So what it will do, it will filter our stream with the number which satisfies this condition, that is modulo 2 equal to 0, means whatever the number are even, that will be the filter. Okay, then once we have filtered this stream, we have to convert this stream into the our list. So we can use collect method here, collect, which takes the input as a collectors, has collectors class, utility class has one method to list, that will convert our stream to the list. Now what I will do, I will simply print using the for each. For each n is the single parameter and I want to print that one, sys out n. So I will print with the tab, it will gives the 4 spaces. Okay, instead of printing on the new line, I will print in the same line. Okay, so what I have done, I have converted this list into the stream by using the dot stream function. Once I have the number stream ready, then I can use the filter method if it takes the predicate as a parameter. Predicate is nothing but the functional interface which has the only one method test, so which takes the one argument, that is n means our each element, and after arrow it will be the body of the that method, which we have learned already in the functional, that is lambda expression functional programming, right? Now once we filter this number stream, we have to convert into the list. So we use the collect method which takes the collectors dot to list. Here we can convert into the set also, to set to list. Okay, then once we got the list, then we can apply whatever the method we want to apply on the list. So I have iterate simply to display one by one. So let's check. Yes, here you can find we are getting the only even number 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yes, right. Now let's check with the odd numbers. So not 0, then it will be the odd number. So let's rerun. Yes, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. We are getting the all odd numbers. So hope so guys you are clear with the filter method. Filter method is nothing but the filter our collections. Okay, so first we have to convert into stream, then we can apply the filter method. Let's create the new class to explain the map function in the stream API. So I will give the name as a stream map demo with one main method. Let's create the list of integer of the 1 to 10 element. So I have created the one list called as the numbers, which has the 10 element 1 to 10. So I have the list of numbers. Now let's create the stream of this number. Stream of integer. I will give the name as a number stream is equal to numbers dot stream method. This stream method is this stream method is used to create the stream from the collection. Now I want to transform this each element of this list to the square of the number. Means I want the list like 1, 2 square 4, 3 square 9, 16, 25, 36, like this. I want to transform each and every element. So in such a scenario where we want to transform the each element of the list or collection to another, that time we can use the map function. Map gives the ability to transfer each and every element of the collection. So I will show you. So let's take this stream, number stream dot, we have the function map. So here we have to pass the mapper, right? So mapper will be the one function argument. So I will give the one argument as our number. Then what I want the square of the each element, means I have to multiply the number with itself, right? So n into n. So what it will do, it will convert the each element to the its square. And now the remaining part is the same whatever we have done in the filter. So we have to collect this stream into the list, collectors dot to list. Now let me iterate it, print it for each, again one argument n. Let me print this is out, n plus I will print the sum tab, or else let's print separately in each line. So what I have done, first we have taken the list of arrays, first we have taken the list of integer, that is 1 to 10 numbers. Then we have converted this collection or list into the stream by using the dot stream function. Once we have the stream, then we can use the map function to map or transform the each element in the list. Then after that collect it to collect list, and again iterate it to display. So let's try to run it. Wow, we got the square 1 4 9 16 20 up to 100. That means here you can find what we have done. Simply we have used the map function. Map function will take the mapper function as an argument, so that one argument parameter, and then we are multiplying the same number with itself, so that's why it's converting itself into the square. So that is all about the map. So let's learn about the reduce method in the stream API. So I have created the new class called as stream demo, and in that main method I have declared the or defined the two list, one with string and one with the integer. So I have the two list, word and numbers. In word list I have the 5 strings, basically the names Roy, Tiwari, Aaron, Marco and Antonio. These are the list of the string. And second one is the list of the numbers, that is 1 2 3 4 5. So I have these two list. So basically what is the reduce? So reduce is the method in the stream API which reduce the stream all the elements of the stream into the single element. Like we have the sum, mean, aggregate, max, min. These are the some methods which gives the single element, right? Like that we have the reduce which reduce the all the elements from the stream into the single element. Sum, max, min are only applicable to the integer type of data, but reduce we can apply on the string as well. So let's try one by one. So first I have the requirement, like I want to convert this whole 5 words into the single text or single string. I want to concat each element with another, and I want a one complete string. So let's try with the reduce method now. So to use the reduce, first we have to create the stream of the list or collection. So word dot stream method, we will use the stream method to create the stream dot we have the method called as a reduce. So here you can find the three variant of the reduce. So one is with the string particularly, other with the identity, and one with the binary function. So I will explain one by one. So let's try with the first reduce accumulator. So in the reduce it takes the first in the first variant of the method, it takes the only one parameter, that is the binary function or binary operator. So here for the binary function or binary operator we require the two parameter. Okay, right. So what I want to concat the strings, right? So we have to pass the function. So as in lambda expression I have explained, for the function just gives this bracket, that is the function. Then I want two parameter, as it is the binary operator, we require the two parameters, so I will give as a element 1 comma element 2, right? Now this is the declaration of the function. Now I have to write the body. So after the arrow part, it will the body of the function. So what I want concat. So element 1 dot concat element 2. So that's it. So it will return. So first I will explain how it work. So in the reduce function, we have the we have the one function as a parameter to this reduce function, right? So this function is a binary function, so that's why it takes the two arguments. So we have specified element 1 and element 2. Now how it works, basically what it does, first it will accumulate all this result of this operator into the first argument. Like consider the first one is the Roy, this will be the element 1. Second one will be the Tiwari, so it will be the element 2. Now element 1 Roy dot concat Tiwari, so whatever will be the result of this will be the accumulate into the element 1. Means, let me explain. So what it will do, it will Roy Tiwari, this will be the result of this operation, right? Now it will accumulate to the element 1, so it will become the element 1, right? Now for the second time, we have the element 1 as a Roy Tiwari and second element will be the Aaron. So what will be the result of this? It will be the Roy Tiwari and the second element is the Aaron, right? Now this whatever the result of these operators will be accumulated into the first argument. So again, now element 1 will be mapped to this resulted string, right? Now for the next string, we have the one argument, first argument as a Roy Tiwari Aaron and the element 2 as a Marco. Now the whatever will be the result will be mapped to the element 1 again. So what will be that? Marco. Now for the next element, we have the this string as a first element and the Antonio is the second string. So whatever will be the result will be the map to this element 1. So it will be. So that's why the whatever the type of the element 1 will be the resultant type of the operator. But in that case, this element 1 can be a null or cannot be a null. So that's why the return type is optional. Optional of string, because the stream is of string type, right? So I will give the name as a text string. This is the variable I use. Okay, so whatever will be the resultant string will be in the text string. So let me print this. So it is a optional type, so that's why we can get the value using the get method. So let's run now. Here you can find the whole string as a one text. So we have concatenated all the element of the list into the single word or text. So that is about the reduce in the case of the string. So now this was the first variant of the reduce function, right? We have reduced the all the element of the string into the one string. Sorry, we have reduced all the element of this list into the single string. So this is about the reduce first variant. Now the second variant is about identity. So here let me create this stream again, word.stream.reduce. So here you can find this is the second variant of the reduce function. That is, first it will take the identity and the second one is the accumulator. So what is this? I will explain. So again, suppose I want to reduce this whole multiple string into the single string. So like I will use the same function here, whatever I have. Right. So here what we are doing, only we are concatenating string with each other, right? But what is the specification of the first element identity, right, in the second variant, right? So here I have to specify the identity. So identity is nothing but the initial value of this whole operation. Identity is nothing but the initial value of this operation, reduce operation. So suppose I want to append this string, whole string with this particular string. So what I will do, I will give the initial value for this, like I want uh, concat concatenating string is, and after that I want to display the result. So why we need the initial value? Because as I explained earlier, the result of this operation can be null or cannot be null, right? So that's why we use the return type as a optional. But I want the something output every time. I don't want null. So that's why we can specify the initial value so that we can get the that initial value at least. So that's why we have this extra parameter. If this operation of the this is null, then we will get this at least the identity parameter whichever we have defined here, right? So what will be the output type of this reduce function? Obvious, it will be the of type this identity parameter, and this is the string. This is, now this will not be the optional because we have specified the initial value. So that's why we can give the output type as a string, and let me give the name as a text1. Now let me print this. So here you can find our answer is concatenating string is Roy Tiwari Margonte, right? So this is all about the reduce function. So in reduce function, what we are doing, we are reducing the string of the element into the single element, and in the second variant we have the one extra parameter, that is the initial value for this operation. So this is all about the reduce function using the string, right? Now I will explain using the integer. So one more question can interviewer also ask about the reduce function. Can you find the longest string in the list? Means the which will be the longest string in the list? So Roy has the length of 3, Tiwari is 1 2 3 4 5 6 5 5, and this will be the 7, right? So Antonio is the longest string available in the our list. So that kind of question also interviewer can ask. So how to deal with that question? So I will tell you. So first thing is copy, create the stream and use the reduce function. For this type of question we don't need the initial value, right? So I will directly use our function, that is binary function, and it will take the two parameter, element element 1 sorry element 1 comma element 2. You can give any name here, not necessary element 1 or element 2. Okay, then specify the body of the lambda function, that is. So what I want the longest string. So how? As I already told, whatever will the result of the string will be accumulated into the first argument. So what I will do, I will check the which is the longest string between these two argument. Whichever is the longest, I will save into the element 1. Then again the next element I will compare with this, whatever will be the strongest I will save into the element 1, like that. So what I will do, I will use the ternary operator, element 1 dot length is greater than element 2 if element 2 dot length. If the length of element 1 is greater than length of element 2, means element 1 is the longest among these two string, then I will return the element 1, else I will return the element 2, right? And then semicolon. So what will this operation perform? So first it will checks the length of the two argument, right? Whatever will be the longest will return, right? As I already told, the whatever the result of this operator will be stored into the first element, right? So the if compare these two elements, so longest is the Tiwari, so Tiwari will be stored here. Now second time Tiwari and Aaron will compare, so again here Tiwari is the longest, so Tiwari will be stored here. Then again Tiwari and Marco, again Tiwari is the longest, will be stored here. Now again Tiwari and Antonio will be compared, so Antonio is longest, so Antonio will be the result of our reduce operator. So what will be the return type? It should be the optional of the type string, and I will give the name as a longest, right? And let me print this one, sys out longest string, and will be the variable name as a longest. Let's run now. So I have not used dot get method to retrieve the value from the optional variable. So now run as Java application, and here we are get the longest string is a Antonio. Suppose now I want a smallest string, so let's revert this operator, instead of greater than change it to less than, then run as Java application. So here you get the smallest string as a Roy. So this is the one type of the question generally interviewer ask in the interview. So this is the reduce. So I have covered the most of the cases in the string. Now let's try with the our number function. Same. So what I want to sum of this list of the numbers. So let's try to do this using the reduce function. So what I will do, I will create the first string, then I will use the function reduce. So first I will not use any identity, that is the initial value. So let's try with only two parameters. So let's try to use this shortest variable. So I will give the I comma j, and then the second is the body of the parameter, so I plus j. So that's it, and now it will return the optional of integer, and I will give the name as a sum. Right, so what I have done, I have used the reduce function I and j, which takes the two parameter I and j, and I have done the addition. So first it will take the addition of two element, first and two. First and 2 will be the 3, then 3 will be stored into the first argument, then 3 plus 3 6, then 6 plus 4, and then remaining with the plus, right? So let's try to print the sum. Here is the 15, sum dot get. I have to use the get. This is the 15, right? But sometimes we have the requirement like whatever will be the output of this reduce function, I want to add the 10 into that result. So that kind of the requirement you have. So what you can do, you can use the identity operator there. So let's try to this. I will copy paste. So this will do the sum, right? So what I will do, I will specify the initial value as a 10. So what it will do, now it will be the type of integer, not optional, as we have specified, as it is a yes. Yes. So what I have done, I have used the reduce to do the sum of the all the element, okay, and after that I have given the one initial value as a 10. So what it will do, consider the initial value. If you are getting some difficulty to understand the initial value, so initial value is nothing but the first element of the stream. You can consider as like we have this number list, right? 1 2 3 4 5. So you can consider this 10 before the 1, means the what will be the list, 10 1 2 3 4 5, like that. Then what will happen, 10 plus 1 11, 11 will be the in 1, then 11 plus 2, then again it will be come to the I. Got it? Like that only initial values work. So what will be the output? In previous scenario we got the output as a 15. So now we have given the initial value as a 10. So what will be the output? It will be the output of 25, right? So let's try. Here we are getting the sum as a 25. Hope so guys, you are getting this. Now try another scenario. Suppose interview may ask you, I want the multiplication of all the elements, right? So no need of initial values currently, so I will directly copy the optional variant. I want the multiplication of the all the elements. So what I will do, instead of sum I will use the multiplication symbol here, okay, and I will give the variable name as a mult, right? So what it will do, it will multiply each element and will give the multiplication result into the this variable. But Now let me try first this, then I will tell them. So here we get the output as a 120, right? Now what will be the output if I specify the initial value as a 2? Let me create the another variant. Tell me the answer if we use the initial value as a 2. So then what will happen? Obvious, whatever will be the result of this previous will be multiplied by 2, because this will be considered as a parameter of the list, right? So we have the 1 2 5, these are the element of the list. If we specify the any element here, it will consider as a first element of this list, right? So it will multiply 2 1 2 3 4 5 each. So obvious, what will be the answer of this previous operation will be double now. So 120 into 2, 240, we should get the answer 240. Sorry, let me replace this one also. Here we are getting the answer as a 240. So again, one variant is here, we can use the directly the individual method classes to find the sum, max, minimum, like that. Let me give the example. So I want the minimum. So here we have the one method. So let's give the initial parameter as a 0, and we have the inbuilt method called as integer dot min. So this is the static method, right? So we can use the scope variable here, right? Oh, we have used the 0 initial value, so that's why it will be the integer. Now by using this also we can find the minimum or maximum value from this number. What will be the answer? Obviously 1. Yes, we are getting the answer as a 1. We can use the max here also. Here it's a 5. So this is all about the reduce method into in the stream API. So let me summarize. Reduce is nothing but the method which reduce the all the element of the stream into the single element. So that's it about the reduce method into the stream API. So we are going to learn about the sorted method into the stream. So sorted method is the similar whatever we are performing in the operation, like the sort in ascending or descending order. The by default sorted method in the stream will sort our element of the collection in the natural default sorting order. What is meant by natural default sorting order? Means like alphabetical order A to Z, like numerical 1 2 3 4 5, in this way. This is the default sorting order, default natural sorting order. So let's try to sort this list using the sorted list. So let me create the list with the scattered element 5, 10, 18, 2, 4, 7 and 1, 3. So this is the list I have. So now I want to sort this list into the natural default sorting order. So what I have to do, I have to first create the stream of the collection by using the stream method. Once we have the stream of the element, then we can directly apply the method sorted. That's it. Once we have applied the sorted, then we can collect it by using the collect method. Then collectors dot to list. Right, now let me iterate it by using the for each method n. Let me print sys out the n. Okay, so what I have done, I have only created the stream of this list, then I have added the one more method called as the sorted. Then once we have this sorted, then I have collected this into the list and iterate it for the each element. So let's run. Here you can find 1 2 3 4 5 6. This is arranged in the natural sorting order, default natural sorting order, like that. Suppose I have the list of string words. Let me give the name array. Let me create the name as a Swapnil, comma Vijay, comma Pintu, comma Neelu, comma Santosh. Suppose this is the list I have with the 5 element. Now I want to sort into the default natural ordering. So first words dot stream dot sorted dot collect into the collectors dot to list, and let me iterate it by using the for each. So yeah, that's it. So here you can find it's arranged into the ascending order, that is alphabetical order: Neelu, Pintu, Santosh, Swapnil and Vijay. So now this is all about the default natural sorting order. But if I want to arrange in a reverse order, if I want to arrange in a descending order, not in default natural sorting order, then how? So second variant will be used here. So first variant of the sorted method with the no argument, but the second variant is with take the argument as a comparator. So here we can give the comparator. So let's try. So first what I will do, I will create the another class and I will give this name as a int comparator, right? Sorry, int comparator, right? So how we create the instance of comparator? We have to implement implement this by using the comparator. So by default it will be for the integer, and now we have to add the unimplemented method, that is compare to. So here I have to return if o1 object o1 is greater than o2, that time I want in a descending order. So let me explain this compare method first, how it work. So this compare method has two parameters, o1 and o2. If this method returns the -1, that means o1 will come before the o2, and if this method return the +1, that means o2 will come first and o1 after that, like that. So now we want in a descending order, means if the first one, that is o1, is greater than o2, that means o1 should be the first, right? So that's why we will return the -1 here. Now I will check else. If o1 is less than o2, then return +1, and else return 0. Right, means if both are element are same, then return the 0. Whatever will be the greater element, return the -1, because I want greater element at the starting only, means at the before of the second element. So that's why if o1 is greater than o2, that's why return the -1, means greater element will be at the first position and smallest element will be the after that greatest element. So that's why return the -1. So how, let's try now. Numbers dot stream dot sorted dot, let me copy paste. So this is doing the default natural sorting, right? So let me comment the second one. Okay. So the first one is doing the default natural sorting order, and second I want for the descending order. So I have created the one comparator instance, comparator class, which implements the compare method, and we have given the logic to return the in a descending order. So right now what I have to give, I have to specify the object of whatever the class we have created here. That's it. Now let's check what I want. I want to display this all the values in a single line instead of new line. I will give some space using the tab, remove this CLN, that is new line. Let me give some spaces here as well. Let's try, hope so it will work. So how many element we have? Up to 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Let me print one single new line here. So here you can find 1 2 3 4 5 10 18. This is default natural sorting order, and the second one is our descending order by using the comparator. Like that we can use the comparator to sort this in a descending order. So let me try this one as well. So let me create another class. Let me copy paste this one. I will paste it here because that can be visible in one screen. So I will name as a string comparator, implement comparator, it will be of type string, right? So compare, it will take the, let me remove this. Now it will implement the compare method. We have the compare method which takes the two argument, string 1 and string 2. Now so what I want here, I want the reverse of default natural sorting. Like in natural sorting order we got the string from A to Z, but now I want the reverse order, means from Z to A. For that I will use the string method, that is compare to. The compare to method will return the -1 if this O1, if O1 object is coming first, or it will return the +1 if the invoking object comes after the parameter object. So let's use the compare to method here. So if O1 comes before O2, it will return the -1, but in our scenario we want it reverse, means whatever with the string comes after the another element, I want that string at the first position. Means suppose here if O1 comes before O2, that time I want O2 to be the first and O1 to be the second element of the result. So what I will do, I will simply negate this and I will return this. Now what I will do, I will first copy this here. So first one will be the sort in a ascending order, and now I want in a descending order. So what I will do, I will create the new instance, new of string comparator. So that's it. And here I want to in a single line plus tab, that will add some spaces. So here also let me remove the new line and let me add this. Okay, so what I have done, this will ascend in a default natural sorting order and this will in a whatever the logic we have written. So let's try. So here you can find it, this is the default natural sorting order and this is by descent. This is the reverse of the first result, right? This is all about how we sort using the comparator. We have the two variant of the sorted method. First one is sorted without the argument, that will sort in a default natural sorting order, and the second one with the comparator, that will sort according to the our logic. So let me try one more scenario here. I want according to the length of the string. I want according to the length of the string. Okay, so what I will do, I will check if O1 dot length is smaller than O2 dot length, that time I will return, I want the smallest string at the starting only. That's why if O1 has the length lesser than the O2, that time I want O1 at the only starting position, right? So what I will do, I will return the -1. If is greater then return 1, or else return 0. -1 means will be the first element will be the display at the before the second element, and 1 means second element will be display first and first element display after that one. 0 means both are the same, right? So let me change the name, comparator 1, right? So what I have done now, let me copy paste this. This will be the comparator 1. So this will sort in a natural sorting order, this will sort in a descending order, and this will sort according to the length of the string. So let's try. So here you can find length of 4, 5, 5, 7, 7. That is the we have sort according to the length of the string. Hope so guys you are clear with this now. I tried the many of the scenarios which interview can ask. So hope so this video will help you. Let's learn about the limit, skip and peek methods in the stream API. So let's see the limit method in the stream API. So let me create the first list. I will create the list of string. Give the name as a word is equal to new, or directly I will use the function arrays dot as list. Now you may have the requirement like I want the only perform the some operation on the first two element, or first three element, or first four element, like that. If you have the requirement like to perform map, filter or anything method reduce you want to perform on the whole list, then not a problem. But if you want to perform some action on the particular item like first three element, first four element or first two element, that time we will use the method called as a limit. So I will explain you. So first we have to create the stream to use the limit method. So words is the list, then we have the method called as a stream, then we have the method called as a limit. And how much limit you want to apply you have to specify here. So limit method takes the parameter long, so we can specify the number of the element you want to limit. So I want first three elements, so what I will give the as a limit as a 3. Now I can do any operation whatever we have learned before. We can apply filter, we can apply map, we can apply the reduce, right? So what I will do, only I will directly collect it to list collectors dot, sorry, we have the function as a to list, and now I will iterate it for each n system n. So what I have done, I have used the function called as a limit, and I have specified the limit as a 3. So what it will do, it will take only the 3 element of our stream, and it will create the list, and we have the iterating it. So let's try to run it. So here you can find we are getting the output as a B C D E F P Q R. So these are the first three element of our list. So let me try with the another combination. Now I am giving the 4. So here we are getting the 4 element. What will happen if we give the limit more than the size of the stream? We have the size only 5, now I am giving the 6. What will happen? Any guesses? So we are getting the whole string, whole list. Means if we giving the limit more than the whatever the size of our stream, that time we will get the whole stream or whole collection there, right? What will happen we if you specify the 0 here? So here we are getting the blank output, means nothing. Okay, so that is all about the. You may have the requirement like I want to skip the first two element, right, and I want to display the excluding this two element, like that I have the requirement. So what, that time we will require another function like skip. What the skip is doing? Skip is simply the skipping the number of the element. The skip function takes the parameter which takes the number of the element, which simply will skip that number of the element from the stream. So let me explain you this skip. Words dot stream. First we have to create the stream anyhow. Stream dot let me skip. Right. Let me skip the first two element and I only want to display what I have done. I have used the skip method. I have given the input as a 2. So what it will do, it will skip the first two element of the list and will display. So let me comment this one first. So here you can find the output as a PQR, XYZ and DFFD. Like means we have skipped the first two element, right? What will happen if I give the skip for the number of element in the list? So currently we have the 5 element. If I given the 5 element, it will skip all the element in the stream. Means what will get? We will get the blank. Okay, so that is all about the skip. So now we have seen the two methods. First one is the limit and second one the skip. So what limit is doing? Limit is limiting the number of the element. It will consider the only the number of the element whatever we have specified. If we specified here the 4, then it will consider only first 4 element. If we given number as a 2, then it will consider only 2 element. But in case of skip, whatever the number of element we have given as a parameter to the skip, it will remove that element, or we can say it will exclude that particular number of the element from the stream and will process the remaining one. That is all about the skip. Now sometime you may have the requirement like I want to skip the first two element, or you may have the some requirement like I want to only display the fourth element of the stream, or you may have the requirement like you want to display the third and fourth element of the stream only. So that time how we will perform this? So what I will do, I want to display only the third and fourth element of the stream. So what I will do, I will skip this two element first, then I will apply the limit of the two. So we can use both in the combination. Words dot stream. First I will skip this two element because I want to display the third and fourth. So I will first I will skip the two element. Then once I have skipped this two element, I want to only the display this next two element, means I don't want this element. So what I will limit up to 2 dot limit 2, and then I will display it. Hope so it will work and it will display the PQR and XYZ. Yes, we are getting the PQR and XYZ, means we can use this both limit and skip with each other in combination also. So next method in the stream API is the pick method. So we have seen limit, skip method. So now next one is the pick method. So pick method is uh, basically used for the debugging purpose. So let me explain. Suppose I have this list of the string, right, words. Now I want to map it to the new string, or I want simply to append x to the each string. So let's try, or else so next method in the stream API is the pick method. So pick method is basically used for the debug purpose. Okay, so let me explain. So first what I want to convert this each element of the string into the new string using appending some particular character. So let's try. Words dot stream API stream, then I will use the function called as a map, right? We have already seen it, right? Map. Then what I want, each element map to the some particular string appending the particular character. Let's consider the particular character as a ZZ. So what I am doing, I am appending the ZZ to the each string now, and now I will collect it by using the collectors method. Collectors dot to list, and then I will simply display by using the for each. Okay, let's run it. So here you can see we have appended the ZZ to each string, means we have transformed the each element of the string to the new string element, right? Now but I want, if the sometime happen that your output is not as expected, whatever you are expecting, you are not getting that output, that time you need to debug, right? You need to check what are the element we are giving to this map function, whether we are giving the wrong input or something like that. You want to debug it, so that time you can use the pick method here. So you can use the pick method and you can simply display what you are giving the input to the map function. So what I am doing, I have used pick method in between the stream and map. Before going transforming this each element, before using this map element, I want to check whether I am giving the correct input or not. So I want to check the element from the stream, right? So I have used the pick method, and in pick method whatever you want you can do it. So I have simply display the each element here. So let's try now. Let me display on a single line so that we can directly compare. Let me do it for the here also. Run as Java application. So here you can find I am giving the input as a this string, and from this string I am getting the output. So like that we can display or we can debug our input, whatever the stream element we can debug here by using the pick method. So we have seen the three methods here, very useful methods: limit, skip and pick. Limit basically process the only that number of the element. Skip will skip the particular number of the element, and pick is used for the debug purpose. So that's it all about the limit, skip and pick method in the stream API. distinct method in the stream API. So distinct method provides the unique element from the stream. So for that, explaining the distinct method, I have created the two list, one with the integer element and one with the string element. So here you can find I have the list of 11th element with some of the element are repeating, like here in the string also one element is repeated. So now I want the distinct element from these numbers. So for that we have the distinct element in the stream API. So for that first we have to create the stream of the collection, then we have the direct method distinct, and now let me display it. Let me display with the some spaces after the number. So let's try. So here you can find 1 2 3 4 5 6 10. So it has given the unique element from this list. It has removed the element which are repeated like 1 2 3 4. It has given only the unique element, that is the distinct element from the list. For that we have used the distinct method. So similarly we can apply on the list of the word also. Words dot stream dot distinct for each for the display. Let me print, let me copy this only. Let, what's wrong? So let's run now. So here you can find we are getting the three string ABC, DF and PQR. So ABC is repeating here. So it has only taken the element at a single time only. One element for the single time only. So that is distinct. It is giving us the distinct element from the stream API stream, right? So that is all about the distinct. So next method in a stream API is count method. So count name itself indicate that it is giving the count, right? So here we have the 11 element in the this numbers, right? Numbers list. So what I want simply to count. So here you can directly use the method count and it will give us the it's I think long n is equal to stream AP. Yes, and now let me print. So 11 we are getting the output as a 11. So this is the method count which returns the number of the element in the stream, right? Now the next function is we have the find first. So whatever the first element from the stream, it will return stream dot find first. So if the stream contain nothing, means it is a null or empty stream, that time it will return the null, right? So or it may return the empty. So that's why the output is the optional of integer n1 is equal to find first, and let's print now. It will return us the first element from the stream. Let's run now. Here it is the 1. This is the optional element. So to get the value from this, we have the method called as a get. It will return the value from the optional. So here we are getting the output as a 1. So this is the about the find first in the stream API.